All right, what's up everyone? Today's a pretty exciting day because I finally get to do a review on one of my favorite ARs, the Evolved Weapon Systems E-15 Enhanced. Let's take a look at it. So for those of you who haven't heard of Evolved Weapon Systems, they're a small company based out of McKinney, Texas. They make ARs using high quality parts, known good working formulas, and have excellent QC and attention to detail. So they machine their receivers and handguards in-house, and when it comes to selection of the rest of the parts, they seem to have not skimped anywhere. So the rest of the gun, minus the accessories, is as it came from Evolve. They used a 14.5-inch mid-gas FN barrel. This is their machine quad rail, which I like quite a bit. It looks really cool, but if you see underneath my rail covers, there are these slots in there that are cut out that kind of look like M-lock. It really helps reduce the weight, and this quad rail actually weighs within about half a pound of my Knight's 14.5-inch rifle, which is M-lock using the URX4. As we move back and look at other parts they've selected, they're all really impressive. Granted, this is one of their higher tier guns, but it comes with a Badger safety selector, Badger charging handle, Geisley 3-gun trigger. Inside it has a Sprinco blue spring, a H2 buffer. It has their bolt carrier group that also uses Sprinco internals, B5 grip. The Cerakote, RAL 8000 Cerakote was no extra charge. Overall, this is a really impressive package. Now with the parts they selected, I wouldn't have been surprised with a really high MSRP, but where I was shocked was this model comes in at right around $2,000. Now it's not cheap, I get it, but at the same time, you're getting top tier parts for what it cost me to buy a Knight's SR15 upper alone. So here's a cool feature showing their attention to detail. If you crack the upper and lower apart, you'll notice that the bolt carrier group, upper receiver, and lower receiver are serialized together. This is because during the manufacturing process, they go through and meticulously check a bunch of different tolerances, making it so that when you get this gun out of the box, not only will it be reliable, but you can expect it to last a very long time. So enough about the details of this gun. How does it shoot? Now, being a gun from a company that's lesser known or newer, I really wanted to put the gun through its paces and make sure that I could give a pretty good picture of what they could expect or how it would perform. We ran it in snow, dirt, sand, in temperatures down to single digits, and the gun really had no hiccups. I think I recorded 2 malfunctions, but those were ammunition related and primers that were definitely struck but didn't go off. The recoil impulse was also very smooth. It's straight back, feels like it cycles fast, but doesn't give you that sharp recoil impulse of a gun that's poorly gassed. Here's a comparison of my Evolve E-15 versus my Knight's SR15 14.5. This is as close as I can get to an apples to apples comparison. They're both 14.5-inch barrels with Surefire muzzle brakes pinned and welded, and LPVOs, and both guns actually weigh within half a pound of each other. So the Evolve has a really soft recoil impulse and ejects perfectly right at around 4 o'clock. If we look at the Knight's SR15, it also is a very smooth gun, but does have slightly more noticeable recoil, as well as ejecting at closer to 3 o'clock.
Yeah, that's definitely less recoil. It ran away from me a little bit on the first shot, but it's very nice.
Now don't get me wrong, this is not calling the Knights bad at all. This is really just showing how pleasantly surprised I was with the recoil impulse of the E-15. We also tested the gun suppressed using a Surefire RC2 Mini 7.62. Ejection did shift up a little bit between 230 and 330, but recoil was still very mild, minimal gas in the face, and it was 100% reliable. Here's some footage of the Council of Homies shooting the E-15 for the first time and giving us their initial thoughts.
All right, well, see how bad it is for being left-handed. Not terrible, especially for being left-handed. Ain't bad at all.
Awesome.
Yeah, it doesn't blind you like with some other guns.
Not a ton of gas, still manageable.
Oh yeah.
Recoil pretty good.
What recoil?
Fair enough. What are your thoughts? How's the gassing? How's the recoil? What does it feel like?
So even with shooting those strings of fire, I'm not getting really any in the face. It may look like that on the video, but most of it's coming out here. Whew, she hot. There is practically no recoil on this thing. I mean, from shooting other really nice Gucci guns, this is up there. Very cool.
Oh my God. We got some rounds in her.
Let her eat.
9-day different already.
What's the recoil like?
Oh, it's insane. None, literally none. Allows you to freaking get the double taps in an efficient manner, which is always a plus, and overall freaking amazing.
Yeah. All right, so there you have it. So far, I have been extremely impressed with this gun, as well as everyone else who has shot it. When compared to others in the same price range, Bravo Company, Daniel Defense, Sons of Liberty Gunworks, the Evolve crushes it in bang for your buck. Combine that with its accuracy, reliability, soft recoil impulse, this gun is definitely a go for me, and I highly recommend you check one out. Now, if you found any of this information useful, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe so you don't miss future updates, and remember, none of this matters unless you actually get out there and shoot and train with your gear. So get out there, and I'll catch you on the next one.